Okay, so good afternoon, morning, or whatever it is for you. This is Rabbi Michael's House of Restoration. We thought, it'd be a good time to do a video and show you what we have here on the land. We've been living here, we moved here, 5.5 years ago, moved out here to Missouri. And this is a good time to show you what's going on because we got a lot of construction going on. We laid down the power lines here. I'll show you what's going on. We kind of look like a war zone the last week. We got one building over here for a sister-in-law who's come here of late. She moved here about 6 months ago. She's got herself a dwelling place. We've already got the water pipe from our well that's run. I can show you what we did here. We had a trencher come, and from a pole way over there, we dug across here. So this dirt's been put back in the ground here, but we've got a cable that's run from that pole for our place, and we ran here. Come this way. Come down here. Watch out for the rocks. This is where the water. It's where the well is. Here we had to get her water and cut that, and that was a full-time occupation yesterday. And then I don't want you to fall with that camera. Come this way. All right, we're gonna walk over to my cabin, our cabin. A lot of people still think they can live in the cities, and we don't think so. I think time is getting much later than that. You don't want to be stuck in a city when things go down. And if you haven't heard that call yet, you need to get out of the cities. You need to come find a place in the country. Don't depend so much on other people to take care of you. If you're somebody who's been called a disciple, consider yourself a disciple of the Most High, you need to be praying, seeking Him about what you're heading into in these days ahead. So over here, where our garden is, you can see we're not finished, but here's a good shot of the cable that we've got running here. That's the cable that hasn't been buried yet, because we've got that power line going all the way up to the barn that we've putting together for the goats that we're going to be having here soon. Got my friend's got his. That's our cabin over here. Okay, my lovely camera wife stepping over the trench so she doesn't fall and break her leg. Okay, let's take a look at the cabin. This is a portable building made by the Amish that you can purchase already put together, and we had it hauled over here. It's a 14 by 40 mezuzah, place on the door, and all this wiring here, all these boxes. This has been my project this last week, putting in all the power lines, the wires, that is. Just so happens I had experience working with some electrical work for the couple of years since I got here, so I learned how to do all this. Kind of neat the way that works out. And so we got all that going. Circuits, got a place for a bathroom here, 2 bedrooms in the back, and a loft for my niece and grandniece to be sleeping up there. It's enough space to sleep, not much place to raise your head, but they're going to stay with us as well. So we're in the process of making this happen, as you can see. Got my musical speakers and whatnot. We're going to have a little place here for that. And in this corner, we're going to have a... Oh, we back on? Back on? Okay. See, we felt a sense of urgency about 5.5 years ago to get out of the city. And we came here to southeast Missouri, and we're still in the process of building and preparing. We all know from the way things are going, things are changing in the world. Last night, I had 2 sister-in-laws that live with us who both heard this ominous, that ominous shofar sound. Was it 9:30, 10 o'clock at night? They said they heard it. I didn't hear it, but I think I was asleep by then. But they heard this, you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, you can go online, go on YouTube. People have been hearing this sound in major cities and in the country too. People have been hearing it everywhere, and it's unexplained. You know, even the news has been talking about it. It's been on CNN and different news stations as people talking about this huge, like, sounds like a foghorn. It's a huge shofar, and it's like this. It takes over the whole sky, and nobody knows where it's coming from. I can tell you where it's coming from. Those are the sounds of the trumpets that we've been reading about in Revelation. It's signs of his return, his imminent return, which is very, very much nearer than most would dare to believe. But anyway, this is what we're doing. I wanted to show you the cabin still. We're preparing for who knows what in this government, in this system, but we are preparing because we don't depend on people. We need to be dependent on the Most High, on Yah, and not on the government. Not on the government, not on the system. So we got the wires up, and we're set to go. The only thing is back here, we have to put up the pole. You can see it from the window here. We're going to put this up on Monday, a couple days. We're going to put the post up, and the breaker box that's going to run over here to this. Cut these wires and get them all installed in here, and we'll have power. Should have power next week. We've already paid our deposit, so. And then the next step is to get solar panels in the event that the power gets shut down. That's our next step. Okay. But anyway, to finish this little tour on our humble abode, living quarters of 13 acres that we happen to find out here in southeast Missouri, we have a barn for the goats. I'll take you back here to show you that. Over this way. You do pretty good with that, walking and stuff down steps and all. Okay, so this is going to be the barn for the goats. We're going to probably have cheese goats, so we can have our own cheese. Okay, maybe some meat goats, not sure. But that's way up here. Can you see it from here? Okay. So we don't have to walk all the way up there. All right. And see, in the country, we have, you don't rely on the trash we do have trash pickup, but sometimes you just want to burn stuff. You got so much trees and brush that falls and needs to be cut. We burn a lot of stuff here. So this is our burn pile that we burn periodically. That's the dog. That's Nala. She runs the show around here. I think she's got her eye on a hawk right now. She's really got this sense about predators. It's amazing. But she'll start barking at hawks when she sees them fly by, so she can keep the chickens and the rabbits, safe, I guess. It's in her nature. Good dog. This is our garden area. And just yesterday we had a lot of stuff going on yesterday. In the midst of digging the trenches and laying the power lines and the pipes for the water, we also had a huge, how many tons was that?
17.
17 tons of topsoil for our garden. So that was dumped yesterday as well. And that's going to get spread out and help to grow, our garden this coming spring. So our neighbors are cows. That's a cow field over there. It's a beautiful thing. Have neighbors that are cows. I like that. But here's our chickens and our ducks. And, if somebody said to me 6 or 7 years ago, you're going to be living in the country and have a bunch of chickens, and I just wouldn't have seen myself doing this, because I was living in Richmond and running around teaching music and driving all over the place in the city and all that traffic, and no more. I'll never go back. This is the way to live. I get my fresh eggs from my own chickens. I got a neighbor with cows, we get our own fresh milk. This is the way to live, folks. Got the garden, we're going to be growing our own food, trying to become as self-sufficient as we possibly can. Now I'll say this, if you feel the call, you know you've been tugged upon by the Spirit to get out of the cities, you can contact us and we can possibly help you find a way to get started on your own up here. Okay? It's time. That's the time of season. That's the season that we're living in right now. Get out of the cities, get in the country, and start learning how to be self-sufficient. Because, well, times they are changing. Okay? And the Messiah is getting ready to return. But we got to get ourselves in a position of not relying so much on the system, because as we know, it's going to get darker before the dawn. Just read your book, man. Read your Bible. So, okay, I think we've covered a lot. You want to sign them off? We'll pick up some other time and talk to you all later.